Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Thailand vlogs and part 14 of our backpacking diaries across Asia. We have left Koh Lanta and we have arrived in the Phi Phi Islands. We took a ferry from Koh Lanta over to the Phi Phi Islands and it took around less than an hour, I would say, to get there, and we arrived in paradise.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down.
So one thing about Phi Phi that I really liked is that there are no cars. It's all just people walking. There's no motorbikes. There's no traffic whatsoever except for people pulling carts, and that's really it. We were here for a very quick 48 hours. So first thing we arrived, we headed for coffee and an almond croissant from 23 Roasters Cafe, which was right across the street from our hotel. We were staying PHI PHI Insula Hotel. I'll link below in the description. I forgot to take any footage in the room, but it was a really nice place, really centrally located, just around all the shops and restaurants in Phi Phi, so I'd highly recommend. And we went for a walk, saw a Dublin Irish bar, of course, and actually watched the football here in the evening, and then went for dinner nearby a Pirate's House restaurant, which had some live music and some really good food. One thing I love about Phi Phi as well is there are lots of cats on the island. You'll see a lot of cats wandering around the streets, which are so cute. Then our next day was our only full day in Phi Phi, so we headed out really early in the morning, around 7 a.m. for a private boat tour around the different parts of the island, Maya Beach, Monkey Island, and we also snorkeled. So one thing to know about Maya Bay is that they close it after a certain amount of people have come in for the day, so the earlier you get there, the better. This is where the famous Leonardo DiCaprio movie called The Beach was filmed. If you look at my video, you'd think it was quite quiet, but if you look around, there were a lot of people. You actually can't go into the water here as there are baby sharks and things that swim up, and they want to keep it safe for wildlife to keep coming back to the beach. So there's no boats and you also can't swim. Then we went snorkeling, which was an adventure. So this is my first ever time using my GoPro that I brought with me, so apologies in advance for the really crappy footage, but we did see a few fish. It wasn't the best snorkeling experience compared to others that we've had on the backpacking trip, but we did see a few fish, lots of coral, which is really pretty to see, but a very nice place to swim around and see a lot of marine life.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding.
Then we did a quick stop at Monkey Island, but the monkeys were everywhere and they're not very friendly, so just beware. Then we headed back, we went for some lunch, but when we were snorkeling, himself actually got stung by jellyfish twice. So once on his face and then once wrapped around his arm, which did sting a lot. We had some Vietnamese pho, some noodles from this Thai duck restaurant, which is really, really tasty. I would highly recommend. It's in amongst all these different food stalls in kind of the centre of Phi Phi. And then you'll also find like lots of little market stalls, clothes, bags, boutiques, jewelry, everything you can want, some fresh fruit, and it's just a very lively island, so a lot livelier than Koh Lanta, as you've seen in the previous vlog that was literally so empty of people, but this was really popular touristy spot and a very lively place. And if you go over to Low Dallam Beach, you'll find lots of people offering taxi boats, canoeing, kayaking, anything you could want for the day, so just come here if that's what you're into. And then we went for a little sunset stroll, and his jellyfish sting had started really to come to life in the evening. You can see it properly like wrapped around his arm, which is quite a cool scar, I would say. Then for dinner we headed to Garlic 1992 restaurant. Anything with garlic in it, I am absolutely sold. And of course we had some spring rolls to start. One thing about being in Thailand is we will order spring rolls with every single meal because they're so cheap and it's so authentically Thailand. And we had some ko sok, which was absolutely sensational. Actually one of the best meals I think we had in Thailand was this Garlic 1992 restaurant, so highly recommend to come here. And then we headed to Reggae Bar, which is quite famous for their Muay Thai fighting. So people in the audience can get up and volunteer and you'll get a free bucket of alcohol if you do that. There were some guys from the crowd that did go up, very brave. I wouldn't say they were the best fighters in the world, very amateur boxing, but it was great crack and a way to put in the evening. And then we had some professionals get into the ring and show us how it's really done, and it looked very, very sore.
Stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
And that was the end of our time in Phi Phi. So a very quick 48 hours. It is a bit of a party island if that's what you're into. You want to come and see, touristy, so it is worth doing. And then we took a ferry then across to Phuket, which is our next destination in Thailand. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment if any questions, and I'll see you in the next vlog, which is in Phuket, Thailand. Thanks so much for watching.
Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.